Hello and welcome to the Wellness Village. This is Lydia. Today we are interviewing someone who I'm so excited about. Her name is Lauren Pryor. She is the owner of adailydoseofpositive.com, and she's a wellness coach, and I'm so excited to talk to her. Welcome to the show, Lauren.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for being here. So I came across you from you. We're kind of networked in the same circles, and I just was so inspired by your wellness story and your transformation and how you became a wellness coach. So I think the first thing I just wanted to ask you is to go into your story of how you transformed your own health.
Well, I was just a normal girl in the middle of the social scene and hanging out at every local spot and traveling all the time, working out, and all of a sudden my life came to a halt. And I started being very symptomatic. It was right after my wedding, so I just blamed it on regular anxiety, which I had never had before. But my resting heart rate was sometimes 180, and I felt like I was going to pass out 24/7, so I started going to regular conventional doctors, and they couldn't figure out, so they would pass me to the next one, and long story short, I went through about 35 doctors, and they diagnosed me with an autoimmune disorder called POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. But it was basically a plethora of symptoms, like I don't know what the hell you have, so you have this. So I couldn't live with that, and I didn't want to spend my life debilitated. I was completely debilitated, and I'm going to be honest. It created a lot of anxiety for me. I quit driving. I quit being alone because I was terrified of what was going on in my body, and no one could help me.
I've never heard of that before. What other symptoms were you experiencing?
Everything. Basically, you're stuck in fight or flight. When someone has a panic attack, I felt like that 24/7. You were breaking up.
Sorry, it's kind of like a chronic condition of stress.
Yes, times 100.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was. I don't wish it on anyone, but I couldn't accept that, and I couldn't live like that. I was too young. I had too much life to live, and I was debilitated. I did nothing, and so I set out on a journey to holistic health, and I just started reading books. I started with a chiropractor, and then, as my husband says, I got weirder and weirder and ended up in energy medicine and all kinds of stuff. But I'm here today, and I've learned so much, and I'm healed. I'm driving again. I'm being alone again. I mean, things that I wondered if I would ever do. And so now I want to give back to the world so that people don't have to suffer like I did, because it was not fun.
So how long did that go on for?
4 years.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
So in the whole process, 4 years, 35 doctors, how did you finally get to where you're at today?
Desperation, number one, was first what got me there. And then, like I said, I took power and control over my life. And I decided that these doctors don't have control of me. I'm not going to let them tell me or dictate my life. I'm going to take control and claim my healing back or claim my health back. And that's what I did. I started healing from the inside out. And I have a Reiki practitioner / energy healer that I use, and I did exactly that. I just healed from the inside out. It was a journey, and it was a process, and it was long, but the more that I learned about myself and my needs, and I just got better and better. And if you can heal the inside, your body is a natural healer, and your body will heal. So once I learned that, that's what I did.
That's great. That's kind of a common thing that I keep on hearing is people realizing that nobody is as invested in their own health as they
Yeah.
are.
Mhm.
You know, no doctor is going to care as much about your life as you do. So that's awesome that you figured that out.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so talk to us about so a dailydoseofpositive.com. It's a beautiful, beautiful website.
Thank
Yeah, you look gorgeous in it, by the way. I mean, you're a
Thank you.
gorgeous woman.
Thank
But talk to us about kind of your approach. If someone is coming to you, how do you start out with helping them?
Well, first of all, everybody's different. Everybody has their own set of problems, whether it be health or weight or whatever their issue is. So we start there, but my approach is different. I don't want to heal you. I don't want to fix you. I want to empower you to fix yourself or to heal yourself, because that's what it's all about anyways. I mean, I'm not doing this to stroke my own ego. I'm doing this to truly serve and help people. And I think the way to do that is absolutely empower you and teach you how to do it yourself. So that's where I start, and whatever it is that you need to work on, that's where we start. And if it's nutrition, we start there, and then obviously we get exercise plans. But to me, exercise isn't just go and work out or go and lift weights. It's catered to you, and you have to enjoy it to reap the benefit. Because if you don't, you're not going to lose weight, or you're not going to get better. You're just going to deplete yourself because you don't want to be there. You're already stressed out about it, and you're not going to get the benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's such a huge connection between, all the women or men that you see pounding themselves into submission at the gym and like hating their life, and the fact that they're there every day, not looking any different, not changing, and just still trying to pound themselves into submission.
Oh, yeah, and I think that there are some nourishing ways to work out, and there are some depleting ways. And if your body is in divine health and you're healthy, fine, go lift weights. Go do that hardcore aerobic exercise. If you're already depleted, you need nourishing things like swimming, yoga, walking. And trust me, I was one of those weightlifters. and I believe that it works for some people, and it worked for me for a long time. But when my body became depleted, the only thing that benefits me now are the nourishing type things. Because if I go lift weights, I feel like I'm going to pass out, And so that's just something that I learned about myself and my body. And one day maybe I can go back to that, but I know myself enough now to know what I need, and that's what I want to teach others.
Cool. So, as a wellness coach, you're looking, you bring on clients that are primarily weight loss clients. Is that what you see?
I think majority of people come for that, but that's not their issue. And if that's what brings them to me, fine. But I think they find that it's maybe they were led for that reason, but they have a lot more benefits when we really start to work, because I think people get the most uncomfortable with their weight, and that's kind of what their wake-up call is, but to me that's not the bottom line issue.
Right, I believe that too, that weight is a symptom a lot of times.
Yes.
Just one of the symptoms. And in your case, you kind of blew up in your stress hormones or whatever, but right. In their case it might just be packing on a ton of weight, right?
Oh yeah. And then if they tap on a ton of weight and they're stressed about it, and then they go do this hardcore aerobic exercise, they get frustrated because they're not losing weight, and it's just they're bringing on that negativity to themselves, and it's just unhealthy all the way around. So.
Right. Well, do you have just before we let you go, do you have 3 or a couple tips or kind of your top wellness tricks that you can share with us?
Sure. I would say first you have to learn to love yourself. And if you can't show up for yourself and take care of you first, you can't fully show up for anyone else. And I think we in society, we have learned to take care of everyone else but us. And that's why so many people are sick and dealing with stress-based illnesses. And so it's all about taking care of you first. And it's not selfish. It's the way it's supposed to be, because then you can fully take care or show up for others. So I would say love yourself first.
I love that tip.
Yes. And then I would say your diet is key. I mean, you have to, and it's all about knowledge, because I find so many people that think they're eating healthy, but they don't realize because it says low fat or no sugar does not mean it's healthy. A lot of times that means it's probably worse because it has aspartame or additives that a lot of times are used from petroleum products, but people don't know. So, I think gaining knowledge on what you're eating, and if you can't pronounce it, probably shouldn't eat it. So, I think that's a major thing. And then, like I said before, finding an exercise routine that works for you, not what society thinks or not what a trainer thinks. Digging down and really finding something that you're passionate about and that you have fun doing, so that you can really reap the benefits of why you're there to exercise.
Wow. Okay, I love that. I love that so much. I love everything that you represent. Your whole approach of kind of searching inward before you find anything outward is so very compelling. It's so important for people to pick up on. So I really, really appreciate your spending time to share your wisdom with us.
Well, thank you so much, and I am in so much gratitude that you asked me to be here and that I can share to help. Anything I can do to be of service to help others, I'm very grateful for. So thank you.
Well, awesome. I'm going to put your information below. It's a dailydoseofpositive.com. Check her out. And thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon, Lauren.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.